Yo, what's up, boys? We are back with another session at the Wynn. Really excited for this one. Another one of these mainstream big Vegas casinos that I'm going to see how it is. And I think we're not going to do any more of this episode format. I think y'all probably like the other format better. So this whole thing is going to be cultivating to eventually a 5-10 session. Not going to really track results as how they go together, but at the end, we are going to be playing some 5-10. So enough of that. We are into the Wynn 1-3 for 400. If you guys can leave a like and sub, as always, helps the channel so much, and let's get to it. Stuff actually starts pretty well. We pick up 8-7 in a limped pot, river bottom pair, and actually pick off a $20 Vegas bluff. But like the Kansas City Chiefs this year, I'm not really sure if this is going to keep going in the right direction, but we'll see. We pick up ace-king, open to $15, get one caller, miss the flop, but the guy's short stack, so I just ship it and we win. But at this point, we're down a little under $100 as we've been running pretty card dead. We then get Jack-6 offsuit on the button. I'm a sucker for a limp in position, so I limp. We're multi-way to a flop of 9-6-4 with two clubs. Second pair with a big kicker. When it checks to me, seems like a good spot to try to protect our equity, assuming we have the best hand some percentage of the time. I bet out for $15 and get two calls from people close on my left. Okay. The turn is the ace of spades and it checks to me again. Now, if someone has a 9, it's probably weak and they're not going to like this ace. I wasn't thinking about potentially the ace high flush draw, now picking up a card that is A, ahead of us, and B, never folding, but I decided to bet anyways. I go pot for $60 as kind of a mergey bet, maybe for value, maybe as a bluff trying to get a 9 to fold, not sure. The first guy does fold, and then the second lady snap calls. That is not really something I wanted to see. But the river is the 10 of clubs, and she checks to me again. What do we want to do here? Now, if I check and lose to a 9, it's going to hurt really bad. I think she has just enough to try to get her off it. Now, is this something that needs to happen? I'm not really sure. That's a good debate. But I think it's something I want to do. I'm all in and get snap called. I ask her if you have a flush, and yep, she shows the nut flush. Nothing at all except a club draw, and it just comes in. Well, I feel better about my turn bet now because we were ahead. He just hit the gin card on the river and checked it to me. I ship it, and yeah, not good. After that, we actually have to rebuy. So we are now in for 2 bullets, in for $800. Not ideal. We then pick up the old queen deuce in the big blind. There's actually a straddle to 6, and I will say the action at the Wynn was not very good at all, but the guy on my left and then the lady from the last end were pretty decent, but outside of that, I mean, the tables I played were very dead. Although, as you know, I tend to get involved, and regardless of if the table's dead, I can make it pretty action, and queen deuce offsuit, yeah, that's one that will make it into the calling range, apparently. I'm in the big blind, and it's just $3 more to call or straddle. I do. The guy on my left raises to 16. Now, when it folds to me, what am I supposed to do, right? I mean, he raised to 16. He's trying to take my big blind. I'm already on tilt. It's $10 more, okay? I'm in there. I'm from Texas. This is what we do. The flop comes queen and a deuce on it. That is what I'm talking about. Finally, we've actually hit a flop. I check to him, and he puts out a bet for $31. All right. Haven't seen that one in a while, the old $31 C-bet. Okay. I play it cool. I put in the call. I check dark on the turn. That's right. Trying to do max weakness. I've actually incorporated that into my game. If you're trying to see him hella weak, just check dark. People never give you credit. It somehow actually works for me. I don't know. And he bets out for $57 on a clean turn. Now, I think I do want to raise here. There's a lot of cards we don't want to see that could counterfeit our 2 pair or worse. So I put in the raise to $200. This guy can already see I'm kind of steaming and on tilt already, so it seems like a bet that could get called lighter than usual. He goes into the tank knowing that he'll definitely have a chance to battle with me in the future, which he will, and puts in the fold. Damn it, we don't get a full double, but we still win a decent pot that was very much needed. We have a massive hand coming up. I've got 8-7 of hearts on the button. No brainer here. I pop it up to $12. And the guy on my left 3-bets me to 30. Now, the vibe is I think he's tilted because I was playing tilted, but I sucked out on him with the 2 pairs. So I think that's what's happening here. I put in the call, obviously in position. Really pretty hand. To a flop of 9, Jack, 7. Well, we have a pair in a gutter. That's not the worst thing in the world. And he continues again for $30. I think pretty standard here just to put in the call. I do. The turn is a Jack of diamonds, and now it gets kind of weird because he continues again for $30. Now, nowadays, the more I play, the more I think that when people continually bet the same sizing or kind of bet small in relation to the pot, it's weakness. This could be like ace-jack thinking they have no fear outside of anything. and he's just trying to make sure I don't fold, or it's weakness. I take the weakness thought process and raise to $100. And in real time, I basically get snap called. That is not good. I now think he has a jack and am planning on not barreling rivers. But if he had a jack, a big jack that he felt like was kind of the nuts, would he really snap call that quickly? I'm not sure. Let me know. But damn it, it doesn't matter. The river's a 10. We make the straight. Oh my God, he's never going to see this coming. He checks, and I'm just going to let this play out in real time. Come on. I have a straight. Yeah, that's right. We get the double, and he was not happy. He said he did indeed have a jack. And the way he reacted, I believe him. We were definitely behind, and damn it, we get bailed out on the river. Our battle against this guy is just beginning. Within the next orbit, I open Queen 8 diamonds. He 3-bets me. You do not see a lot of 3-betting at 1-3 tables in Vegas. So when the next shuffle comes around, I open Queen Jack. He 3-bets me again, and I say this. Just an auto 3-bet? An auto min 3-bet? I'm gonna check dark. Yeah, the dude just is auto min click 3-betting me now. So it feels kind of like targeting. But what I will say is I actually got to know this guy. He was really nice. We were just kind of became buddies as the night went on because we were the only two putting any money in the pot. So I ended up really appreciating it. But at the moment, it felt really kind of weird. Anyways, it's a min 3-bet. I put in the call with Queen Jack. Probably not recommended, as a lot of the time Queen Jack is completely dominated. I check dark to a Queen High flop. That's either really good or really bad. And I was very surprised when this guy checked the flop. He was not slowing down at all. And heads up in position. This was weird. The turn is a jack. I mean, damn it, we have top 2 pair. That seems pretty good. I bet out for $40, and watch how quickly I get snap called. Almost beaten into the pot if I would have said it verbally. The river's the ace of hearts. Not my favorite card at all because pocket aces. Ace queen, which I think you would bet on the flop, especially with 2 clubs. Ace jack, king 10. There's a lot of hands that beat us now, so really horrible card. But we still have 2 pair. I'm going to bet it. I bet $75 and again get very quickly called. I tell him I have 2 pair. I don't really like the ace. And he just mucks. So we are just absolutely running pure against this guy. I feel real bad. We hit him with the queen deuce. We hit him with the 8-7. And we hit him with the queen jack offsuit. You hate to see it. All right, the next hand, we look down at queen deuce suited. Look, queen deuce offsuit was amazing, and suited from under the gun, isn't that just a great idea? I limp, and there's a raise to $10. Now, there's a bunch of calls that gets to me. I'm obviously not folding for $10. To a flop of queen 5 deuce all clubs. That is what I'm talking about. I am going to check in flow, though. Sadly, the pre-flop razor checks, and it checks around. Okay, not ideal. Just don't want to see a 5 or club on the turn. Anything but that. High cards would also kind of suck. How about the 8 of spades? Doesn't introduce a straight, doesn't really degrade our hand really outside of what queen 8, which we block. Love to see that turn card. I do now take the betting lead for $45 and only get a call from the pre-flop razor. So she checks the flop and then calls the turn. Okay, interesting. This really feels like the ace of clubs to me, so do not want to see a club and still obviously don't want to see anything that counterfeits our 2 pair. How about the 7 of spades? That is very good. Again, no additional straights get there outside of 6-9, and outside of 6-9 of clubs, it's probably not present at all. So I think we have the green light to bet again. She has already shown she can call us fairly light, but she has close to 200 in her stack, so I don't think we can go pot. I go for the old $90 camera drop bet. And she very quickly starts moving towards her chips. I'm thinking if she shoves, I do think we're going to call, but it's going to be the nut flush a lot of the time. And then she just starts putting a stack in the middle, which indicates a call. I tell her 2 pair, and she looks really confused, like, huh? And flips over her cards, which is never a good sign, but shows pocket kings. Wow, I think that was a check because there was 3 clubs on the board multi-way. And yeah, I think she may have lost close to the minimum. Don't know how else she can play that. But we take down the pot. At this point, you may be wondering, yeah, you look like you've won some big pots. Are you above $800? And the answer is yes. We're actually in for around $820 and have close to $1,000 in our stack as we approach this next hand, so stuff is going well. The guy on my right now opens to $15 as I look down at Ace King of Hearts. Now, Ace King of Hearts should be an auto 3-bet against close to 90+% of people, but this guy literally has not played a hand for 3 hours. I'm talking there has been no flop for 3 hours, and now he's opening into me. My hand is rarer than aces, but not better than aces, so I actually don't hate the idea of a call here. But in position, I'm going to 3-bet and figure out if he has queens. So I 3-bet to $65. He starts going into the tank, and obviously I do not want to 4-bet, and if he 4-bets, I think I'm going to fold. But now when he starts tanking, I start thinking out loud, because this is what it feels like. Queens, jacks?
I didn't ask you, what do you have?
I'm just thinking out loud. It just feels like queens or jacks. I'm just
Queens,
saying.
good?
Potentially. Aces are good, though. That is for sure.
No aces, good.
Okay, I shouldn't have said. I actually just realized on editing, we can see him show the ace of spades, and then he flips over a queen. So he indeed had ace-queen. That is very interesting to know. That guy really legitimately was not playing hands at all. I very much put him on a pocket pair or ace-queen or ace-king. So very interesting to see. I'm not going to lie. In real time, my heart was racing because I very much thought a 4-bet was coming. Small pot, but we win it, and it's good to know. Now, after that, we literally kind of ran card dead for a couple hours and just donked off like $200. We were in for $820, out for right around $800 for a small loss, and we have not really yet found our footing in Vegas. But next vlog, we're going to hit a high hand, and maybe that footing will start to change.